Hey guys, how's it going? This is Gina with Impressive Glow Spray Tan and Teeth Whitening Training, where my ultimate mission is to help women, moms, single moms learn how to start a side hustle as either a spray tan technician or teeth whitening technician, and to build some financial independence in that process. So today's video is all about learning how to allow your appointment to flow as natural as possible. Are you needing some help to figure out how to get all the awkwardness and all that stuff out of your appointment at the beginning and start to really connect with your clients? Stay tuned. I have a whole process on how to do this. All right, guys, are you a new spray tan artist, or are you a veteran spray tan artist and you've never been able to get the whole process of an appointment to run as fluid and as streamlined as possible? Well, today's video is all about from literally the beginning to the end of an appointment to make sure it is flawless, that your clients enjoy coming to you, that it's easy for them to book, that they remember how great the process was. Today's video, I want to give you all the tips and tricks that I use and think of and teach my students on how to make sure this happens every single time, because you have to have a post-tan little streamline during the tan and after the tan. You have to have all of that streamlined together. So let's talk about the first part of this, which is pre-tan, right? Pre-appointment. You have to make sure this process is super easy. So number one is you got to figure out how to streamline your scheduling. If you are still doing paper booking, get out of it. I'm telling you, there are far more benefits in having a scheduling system than you may think in the long run. Okay, so get yourself a scheduling system. It is so entirely important to have a scheduling system. So make sure though that wherever majority of your clients are booking, they know how to do this. I think majority right now, a lot of people are booking directly from Instagram or for links in your pages and stuff like that. So make sure in your Instagram bio, it is very clear as to how they are to make an appointment. I mean, even if you're not using the booking system, at least in your bio, mention DM me to book for an appointment. Take all the fluff out of your bio and give your clients direct instructions so that they know how to book an appointment with you. I'll be very honest, sometimes girls don't even like to take the extra step to DM you to figure out what day works for you and does this time work. There's a lot of back and forth, and professional women who are just coming in to spend some money, they don't have time for that, right? So we need to get into the appointment to where we can, or have that space where they can go to your Instagram, they know what the link is, they know how to book, they can see your schedule, they can pick the time that works for them without all the back and forth. It makes it that much easier, okay? So make sure you have that. They got to know how to do that. Number one, make sure your appointment is definitely easy to get into that process. Now, along with that booking system, pre-appointment, that is where we love to have the booking system, because of it can generate automated emails, your confirmation emails, your reminder emails, your any type of automation or information that you want to get to your client pre-tan. It's so important to get that to them. So make sure they're getting all that information. They want to make sure that they get all their prep information done correctly, because they would hate to come in and either you forgot to send it to them through text if you're booking through a DM or something like that. Make sure all of that information is already streamlined and automated to go out to them so they know what to expect when they come to their appointment. They know how to prep for it, and they know what's going to happen post-tan and what they should be doing, and have the products maybe that they may need after their spray tan appointment. So get that automation for them flowing as flawless as possible. All right, one of the other things that we want to think of pre-tan, now we've gotten how to schedule, gotten all the bugs out of that, we've gotten them all the information that they need before they come in so they don't feel like they're lost, making sure that they get that. But one of the other things is making sure you know and your clients know how you take payments and how you process payments. Are you only taking cash? Are you just doing credit card? Do you require a deposit? What is the process of how this payment needs to work? Because if you are just accepting cash and nowhere have you explained that to your client, and they walk in and they didn't go to the ATM to get cash for you, you have to translate that to your clients. How do you accept payment? Do you only do Venmo? What if they don't have Venmo? Then they got to sit there and they got to download it. That is not fun during an appointment. That doesn't make it flawless. So make sure that you find a way in those emails or through text message if you're doing that, letting them know how you process payments, what type of payments that you take, and make sure that that process runs as smooth as possible for them. All right, so now let's get into their actual spray tan appointment when they show up, because your scheduling system gave them the location. They know how to get here. You didn't have to do the back and forth as to where you are, what the parking is like all that stuff should be in that email of what they can expect before they get here. Okay, so now let's say they are here in your studio, in your space, in your home, wherever it is that you're going to be servicing them. One of the pro tips that I have is, if you have a small space, and let's say you're not super busy with clients right now, and maybe you only have 3 girls a night or 2 girls a night or a couple girls a week, whatever it is, try to personalize this appointment as much as possible. The details of these appointments are so important at the very beginning. So one of my pro tips is, if you have like an entrance, or if you have a separate restroom, or if you have somewhere where you can set up a little board that actually welcomes them. Welcome to Impressive Glow, Kim. Like literally, if you just have something kind of a little personalized for them, that they were expecting you, they're excited to see you, they know your name, or you know their name, like that is a very personalized touch that people remember. So that's just a little pro tip of when they come in, to kind of help them remember you and how much they appreciated you when they come into their appointment. All right, so let's get into the actual appointment and how this needs to flow. Okay, so I hope that possibly you have somewhere separate for them to change, or even if you have like a little wall divider for them, or whatever it is, a curtain, so that they don't feel like they're getting completely undressed right in front of you, or if you're able to walk out of the room while they do this. But let's go through the process of actually when they come in the room before they get undressed. You need to calm the nerves. A lot of women, these are their first time spray tanning, and so you have to set the criteria of what's going to happen for this appointment. Let them know what the process is going to be. Let them kind of get to know you and your humor and kind of who you are, and it makes them feel a little bit more comfortable. So when I bring girls in, I want to know, hey, what are you spray tanning for? You can kind of get a gist of that, and a lot of that will kind of start helping you make decisions about solution and all those different things when you start talking about that stuff. So what are you spray tanning for? Have you ever had a spray tan before? Calm some of the nerves at that point, and let her know how the rest of the appointment is going to flow. You can let her know, okay, I have some disposable undergarments here for you. I have a black towel. Once you're undressed, go ahead and wrap up in that so we're not standing here completely naked while we're having conversation about solutions. Jump into my tent. Once you get in there, I'll come back in and we'll talk and discuss solutions and color and kind of what we're expecting. Okay, so let her know the flow of that. Give her some options. If she doesn't want the disposable undergarment, say that's totally fine. I'm comfortable with whatever you're comfortable with. About 80% of my girls are completely nude. If that's something that you want, you don't have any tan lines, I'm completely comfortable with that. Okay, so walk her through the process of how this is going to happen and take place. Okay, all right, so the next part of this is going to be you coming in and getting ready for this appointment. My #1 tip for this whole process during this appointment is you have to be confident. You have to be confident in what you are going to suggest for solution. You have to be confident in letting her know that you know what you're doing, because if you get her in here and you're like, oh, you're kind of a cool undertone, you're kind of a warm undertone, I'm not really sure what solution I want to use on you right now. If you bring that insecurity to this appointment, she does not trust you. You have to be super confident in what you're going to choose for her. You have to also be able to explain to her why you're choosing these things, just so that she's more confident in that. Okay, so leave all the doubt and all that stuff outside that other door before you walk in, and walk in feeling very confident. Okay, very important. Okay, so one of the other things about the flow of this appointment that'll help you as a technician and possibly make you some more money in this appointment is, as you're getting done with this appointment, you definitely, well, back up just a little bit. Before you're done with this appointment, make sure there's no awkward silence during this appointment. That is the weirdest thing. If you go get a spray tan and the girl is just spray tanning you without talking and you're standing there naked, that is so uncomfortable. There are a million things you can talk about to bring up conversation. What was she tanning for? Her sister's wedding. Oh, that's awesome. Is this like an original date or a COVID date? Did she have to reschedule? How's the planning been going with it? Are you guys excited? Is she stressed out? That's awesome. Are you married? Do you happen to have kids? Girls, we know how to talk, okay? We know how to make small talk. So make sure that you're asking questions about them, because I will say that is a key also in your scheduling system, is when you find out things about them or what they're spray tanning for, and if you can put notes in your system on their client account that will remind you for the next time they come in. For example, if you have an older young lady coming in and maybe it's her granddaughter's wedding, and you put in those notes, she spray tanned for her granddaughter's wedding, and maybe she's not a regular spray tanner and only spray tans for special occasions, and she comes back next year and you say, hey, how was your granddaughter's wedding? I remember that's what we spray tanned you for last time. How did it go? Her eyes she is like astonished that you remembered her individually and you remembered something special about her. She will come to you every time and refer all her friends to you just because of things like that. So that's another pro tip, is to put some really good notes in your system about that client in particular, not only just about their solution, but what are they spray tanning for, or what are some key things that you want to remember about them for the next time that they come in. Super, super important. Okay, so now when you are getting ready to get done with this appointment though, and you're at the end of this, right towards like when I'm spray tanning hands and feet, I normally bring up my post-tan instructions and I let them know. So I just want to make sure you got all my post-tan instructions, right? And not all of them read them. Like, let's be very honest. How many times have you scheduled an appointment, just got the reminder email on your notifications and we're like, yeah, I remember that. That doesn't mean we always open them up, because those post-tan instructions come in that either the reminder email or the confirmation email, and maybe she didn't see that. But I want to make sure, again, that this spray tan is as beautiful as possible. So when she's at the end of that spray tan, I want to bring that up. Majority of the time, they're going to fake the funk and say, oh, yeah, I read it. I got your email. Then that's your opportunity to say, great, because I really want to make sure that you're using the suggested products that I put in that email, because if you use anything else, your spray tan could turn brassy. And then you'll see it in their face like, oh, I didn't read the email. Then they may say, so what were those products again? Remind me. And that's your opportunity to let them know that you carry retail products in your studio for the exact reason of a spray tan. That is the way that you can offer retail products without feeling like you're super salesy. Like, hey, you know what? I know that you probably didn't read my email, but I have retail products here in the studio that are designed for your spray tan. You might like them. And so, because she's not going to be able to go shopping without her bra on after she's just had a spray tan, she's more inclined to purchase what you may have to offer in your studio. So that's a way to upgrade and make a $40 spray tan into an $80 spray tan very, very fast. Okay, now we're not done, right? She's left though. She's left, but you as a technician, you are not done with the appointment flow. You have to follow up with her. So the next day, we're going to follow up the next day to make sure she loves her tan, she loves the way it processes, or it's processing, or if there's any issues, you can confront that before she even has to message you. Because a lot of times what happens is they get in the shower, get ready for work, they may see something they don't really like, and oftentimes they're so busy they may not message you until they get to work and they remember it. But if you can get to her before she messages you, you are like on it. Like, she knows that you truly, truly care and you can address any type of issues. Now, if she doesn't have any issues, which I hope she doesn't, that is your opportunity to ask for a review. She loves you. She remembers how great your service was. That is the time. She's loving her spray tan. That is the moment you want to ask for reviews. But you have to know where you're sending them to get these reviews. Are you doing Yelp? Are you doing Google? Are you doing Facebook? Where are you sending them? You need to have a link ready to text her with, so that all she has to do is click on that link and leave that review for you. I have done a whole video on reviews versus referrals and how to set that up. I'll link that up here so you guys can see that, or I don't know, whichever way it's at. But make sure that you have that ready for her to process. And at the end of the day, the reasons why you want that scheduling system is to get to be able to collect all of their information, their name, their phone number, their email, so that later on when you do specials throughout the year, and let's say you have clients who aren't on Instagram, or they don't check their Instagram very often, when you post your sales, that's great for your Instagram girls. But what if 50% of your girls have been from referrals of people who don't even have an Instagram page, or are never on it, or don't use it the way business owners or younger people use it? You have to have a way to be able to contact them and let them know about these sales, and that's where email marketing comes in. Get control of that very, very fast in your business, and scheduling systems is what will help you with that. All right, that is a whole lot of information. Like literally, that was from beginning to end of what your spray tan appointment needs to look like to be able to flow nice and fluid and streamlined, so there's no hiccups. And I will tell you, if that process runs well, she will come back. I promise. You could be an okay spray tan artist. You don't have to be the best, but if that appointment process follows like as streamless and flawless as possible, and she falls in love with you, you got a loyal client forever. Okay, so I hope this helps kind of get you in the process of streamlining and getting things together for how you're going to run your appointment. This is something that I think is super important to get a hold of and make one of your priorities when you're first starting your business, or even if you're a couple years in and you just never really got the whole process together. It's time. Get the flow going, okay? So again, I hope this helped you. Don't forget, I offer online, in person, and I offer small group training for spray tanning and teeth whitening. And so I have so much information coming. I have another little training program coming that's all about business. Stay tuned. Here is my Instagram for my training page here. This is my Instagram for my private my private business for my services. So be able to make sure you guys are following both pages. You can see what I'm doing for my services. You can see what I'm doing for training, all this stuff coming up. I got some great stuff coming up for the rest of the year, so I'm super excited to share that. Don't forget, we're trying to get me to 10K followers just to impress my kids. Like, that's literally ultimately the goal for my YouTube channel. It's just for my kids to think I'm cool. I am almost at 5,000. So make sure you share, make sure you subscribe, make sure you do all the things. I'll leave all the descriptions or all the info in the description about my training programs, things that I offer. Make sure you follow me, do all the things. Love you guys. Hope your businesses are thriving and you're doing well. See you later.